We're heading into World War III territory.
Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea working together. They perceive the United States as being weak.
The U.S. is on a pathway toward another world war, says General Jack Keane in a warning. Now, the retired General Jack Keane pointed to a recent commission warning over the potential of a near-term major war. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the video footage so that way you can see it for yourself. And let me know your thoughts. Are we on the brink of World War III? Well, he is saying to heed the warnings. We have never been this close as we are dealing with Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, conflicts taking place in the Middle East. And this is going to be directly referencing what's taking place right now between Israel and Iran's proxy groups, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, as they are saying that diplomacy has failed, and we are likely going to be seeing an escalation of war coming here very soon. And this is going to be including the United States, and that is why the warning is to the U.S. that we are on the brink of another global war. Now, like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you the video footage so you can see it for yourself. And I reported this to you live when it came out yesterday, September the 6th, along with information coming out that the United States is watching Russia and the undersea cables as well. Now, stick around to the end for some more updates on that. And also, we're hearing sleeper cells in the United States being stopped this week on potential attacks here in the United States in New York City. Now, like I said, stick around to the end. I'll get you some more updates on that. But let's take a look at the video footage so you can hear the warnings coming out from General Jack Keane as he is saying that we are on the brink of another world war. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, please take a second, hit that like button for me. Just helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest information. Subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And with that being said, let's take a look at the video footage.
Now listen to what Netanyahu said about a potential ceasefire deal.
Hamas has consistently said no to every one of them. They don't agree to anything. Not to the Philadelphia corridor, not to the keys of exchanging hostages for jail terrorists, not to anything. They just want us out of Gaza so they can retake Gaza and do as they vowed to do. They made a deal a few months ago where we got more than half of our hostages out and more than half of the living hostages out. And we're doing everything we can to get the remainder. But Hamas consistently refuses to make a deal.
Retired four-star General Jack Keane joins me now. General, will it be diplomacy or military action that settles this thing?
Well, hopefully a little bit of both, but the reality is really clear in terms of what the Prime Minister is talking about here. And we got to go back to the fact that why does Hamas have these hostages? They've never done anything like that in the past on a scale. One or two is what they've done in the past. I think they got coached, frankly, by the Iranians who had 4 decades of taking hostages, and it's had a huge payoff for them. I believe what Sinwar and his leaders had in mind for taking the hostages is, one, get a lot of prisoners out of Israeli jails who they value. They're, in other words, Hamas fighters. But secondly, and even more important than that, use the hostages to ensure that they survive at the end. Some of their fighting force also survives, and it's a way to force the Israelis out of Gaza completely. So that is what Sinwar has been holding out for. I mean, his terms are pretty clear. Leave Gaza, permanent ceasefire. And you heard the Prime Minister. He's not prepared to do anything like that, because why? That guarantees that Hamas will rearm, regroup, and likely at some point reattack, which defeats the whole purpose of why he's in there in the first place.
General, I'm sure you saw this, but during last night's town hall, Trump warned that we are, quote, in World War III territory. Watch this, please.
We have Ukraine and Russia. That would never happen. That would have never happened. October 7th would have never happened. If I were the president, it would have never happened, and everybody knew it. Iran was broke. They didn't have the money for Hamas and for Hezbollah. They didn't have the money for anybody. We went 4 years without any blow-ups. We had no World Trade Center blow-up. We had no radical Islamic terror. We're heading into World War III territory.
You read it. Are we close to World War III?
Well, we're on a pathway, and I don't react to candidates' comments because I don't want to influence voters here. But I just finished a congressional commission that looked at the national defense strategy of this administration. Biden and Austin as well. And we looked at, I was on a commission that did Trump-Mattis strategy. And what has fundamentally changed from one administration to the other is Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea working together, collaborating, coordinating, and truly helping each other. And the fact that they perceive the United States as being weak, and they're going to take advantage of it. So they have been incentivized by their perception of us. It's no isolated event that there's war in Europe for the first time since World War II on a major scale, Russia's invasion of Ukraine. No accident that, or isolated event, that what's taken place in the Middle East, where Iran has operationalized all of their proxies to stranglehold Israel into making people stop living there and destroy the state of Israel and push the United States out of the region. And President Xi's aggression has increased dramatically. So yes, our commission concluded we have not seen a period of time like this since World War II. And as a result of it, it is possible that the United States could find itself in a conflict with China, and at the same time, Russia and Iran up their game because they believe the United States would be challenged to handle the conflict with China, much less two others, and that would mean global war.
Serious stuff. General Jack Keane, thank you very much for being with us, sir. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And this comes as I let you know yesterday as well, the breaking news, September 6th, Pakistani national arrested in Canada for allegedly plotting an attack in New York City. We were hearing that he was stopped at the border on Wednesday. They revealed that he was captured and planning to create a sleeper cell in New York to do an attack on October 7th. Now, they said he also had ties directly to ISIS, and he was actually trying to gather people together to form a sleeper cell that would perform this attack in New York City against Jewish individuals, saying that New York was the prime area to go ahead and target specifically people of Jewish background. And we also have several warnings coming out from the FBI of this, not only for Jews, but for just Americans in general in various cities around the nation. And I've warned you about the various cities that we have received information on that have sleeper cells that could potentially see attacks. In addition to that, we also heard a warning yesterday as well that the U.S. sees an increasing risk of Russian sabotage of key undersea cables by secretive military units. They're saying that this could cut off communications, electricity, financial information flowing intercontinentally, and they're saying that this is potentially on the brink of unfolding. Now, I covered all the details for you in a live stream yesterday as soon as it came out, and to get that update, be sure to check it out right here as I cover the articles and all the details. I cite all the sources so that way you can see it and know it's the latest. Now, as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel so that way you know exactly what is going on. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll keep you up to date. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.